Everyone, welcome to SMT Call. Today we are going to solve the lead code problem number 532. Basically, the problem name is k different pairs in an array. So it's a medium level question. Let's try to read the description. Then we will try to design one solution for the same. Okay. So what they are saying here, we will be given two inputs. One is the number array of integers. Another one is the integer value. That's basically difference. So we need to go through the or traverse through the number array, and we need to identify all the pairs. So pairs will contain only two numbers, okay, and we need to check whether if we pick one pair, right, 3 and 1, so then I need to check the difference of these two value. If I see, okay, for these two value, if I see my difference is equals to k, then that means I found one pair. I will increment my counter by 1. So basically we need to identify that how many possible pairs are present in this input array, okay. So you can see this example right here. We have two pairs. One is 1 3 where the difference is 2. Another one is 3 5 where the difference is 2. Okay. So our output is 2 here. Okay. But here I can see the 1 is present multiple number of times, right? So there are duplicate 1 also. So if I see this kind of scenario where one number appears more than 1, then we should not consider those while checking the difference. Okay. So you can see that here we only consider 1 only once, right? Because we considered 1 3 once, so I will not consider second one with 3, okay? So this is the thing we need to keep in mind. So here I can see that we should only return the number of unique pairs, okay? So this is the general description. So let's try to see the approach using which we can easily solve it, okay? So how we can solve it? So if you what will be your brute force approach? So one thing I can do, I can use multiple nested for loop, and I can iterate through this array using nested for loop, and we can generate all the possible combination. Then we can check the difference. If I see the difference is matching, then we can increment our answer counter, and at the end we can return the answer counter, right? So if you follow this brute force approach, so your time complexity will be order of n square, because you are going to use multiple nested for loop, okay? So using this we obviously can solve it, but we will try to improve our time complexity here, right? So let's see how we can solve it. So one thing we can do, that at first what I will do, I will sort this array, okay? So after the sorting, it will look like this, right? 1 1 3 and 4, okay? So I will sort it, okay? At first, whatever my input array, I will sort this out. So why I am sorting here? What is the benefit of sorting here? So benefit is that suppose then I can identify all the pairs in linear time only, right? Because we can iterate through this array only once, and we can easily identify all the pairs, okay, instead of nested for loops, okay? Because why? Because I know that suppose I am checking difference with 1 and 3, so I know that difference is 2 here, so there is no need to check with 1 and 4 because it's sorted, right? Because in the right side of 3, the numbers will be obviously larger number than 1, right, or 3. Similarly, in the left side, it will be smaller number, right? So whenever see I will see, okay, my difference is, I got my difference, that is 2, then we should not check this pair, right? 1 4 and 1 5, we can skip those things, right? So this is the advantage of sorting, okay? So now next step. So now at first I know that, okay, I already sorted my array, it will look like this, okay? So I will take three variable. One is the left counter, that will be initially 0. One will be the right counter, that will be 1, and another one will be the answer, where I am going to keep incrementing the total number of pair I will found in the given array, okay? So now how we can solve it? So as I told you, I am going to take two counter, right? So suppose this is our left counter, okay, and let's take another counter. So this is our right counter, okay? So right counter will always start from 1, because there is no point of comparing the same number or same index again and again, okay? So now what I will check? So I will as first check that if I see that my difference is right minus left difference is less than 2, then we can increment our right. So suppose in this case I can see, so I will check, initially I will check, okay, my 1 minus 1 is 0, so that is less than 2, right? So here our k is 2, so that means we can move our right counter, okay? I will move my right counter here. Now in this case I can see, okay, my difference is 3 minus 1, that is 2. That means we are getting expected answer. So I will increment my value of answer counter by 1. That means I found my one pair. But now whenever I will found my one pair, I will increment my left counter. Now left counter will point to here. But again I can see in this case also, right, my difference is 2. But we should not consider this one because we already considered 1 and 3. So we should not consider this pair 1 and 3, okay. So whenever I will increment my left side counter, I will check that is it equal to my previous value. So my previous value is 1, right? So is it equals? Okay, I can see both are equal. That means this number is duplicate. We should ignore this, okay, because we already considered this. So again, whenever I will see my earlier value and my current value for the left counter is same, again then we are going to increment our left counter to the next one, right? So it will now point to here, okay. So now what next? Now again we will check whenever I will see, okay, my left and right counter is pointing to the same position, then again we can increment our right. So now right will point here, then I will check the difference. Again I can see the difference is less than 1, right? So again wherever it is less than k, right, less than 2, that means we need to increment our right. So we will again increment our right, and again I can see, okay, my difference is 2, that means I found another pair. So my total number of pairs found pair is 2, right? Okay, after that what else? So again whenever I will found one pair, again I will increment my left. So now left will point to here, again I can see the difference is 1, then again I will increment my right, but it will now outside our array length. So whenever I will see either left or right is outside our array length, then that means we need to stop execution there and we need to return this value, right? So in this case our answer is 2, okay. So basically using this approach we can solve it, okay. So now let's quickly see the code for the same. So I already completed the code using Java. Let's try to see that, and after that we will try to analyze the time and space complexity for the same, okay. So this is code, right? What we are doing here, as I already told you, we sorted the array, then we take 3 variables, left, right and number. Then the exit condition is here, left and right should be less than num.length or array length, okay. In this case it's 5. Whenever it will crossing that length or equal to the length, we are going to stop execution and we are going to return number, okay. So now what we are checking here at first, so whenever I will see my left and right pointer is pointing the same index, then we can increment the right. Another is if I see that my difference is less than k, then also I will increment my right, okay. And what else? So if I see that number right and it's greater than k, right, so suppose I see that it's greater than k, then we can increment our left, okay. And if I see that both my difference is equals, right, in this case of equals we can increment our left counter and we can increment our answer counter, right. And to avoid the duplicate one, we are using this while loop. So I am checking the previous value and my current left value. If it is equals, then we are also incrementing our left, and at the end we are returning the number, okay. So this is the code that we already discussed or we already tried on it, okay. So now let's try to analyze the time and space complexity here, okay. So for the sorting, what we are doing at first, we are doing sorting, right. For sorting, it will at least take order of n log n time. So if we are going to, so by default arrays.sort used to use merge sort. So again it will take at least order of n log n time in worst case scenario, okay. What about for this section, for this while loop, again we are iterating through the whole array only once, right. So obviously in this case time complexity of this while loop will be order of n. So our total time complexity will be order of n log n, since log n is higher than order of n, okay. In case of space complexity, here we are using 3 variables, but that does not depend on our input size or number array size, okay. So space complexity you can say it's order of 1, okay. I think that's pretty much for this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, and if you have still some doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.